So hey guys, what is up? Thank you for being here for this Orphan Black live chat. Let me know if you are in the room so I can give you a shout out, but I just want to start off by saying that this episode was so amazing. I was so happy with it. I thought it was one of the best probably that we've ever seen from this show, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this week's episode. Now, I've been trying to find a preview for next week's episode, and I looked yesterday and I wasn't able to find one, but the preview that I got after the show aired said that they couldn't show us anything because it was such a crazy episode. So that makes me really excited, and because they are saying it's going to be such a crazy episode, I am going to record my reaction while I'm watching it, and I will have one of those types of videos for that episode. Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much for being here. But this was definitely, I think we've talked before how it seems like every episode's devoted to one of the clones, and this was definitely Rachel's episode, and I have gone back and forth with liking her and very much disliking her, but this episode she was just a star because she redeemed herself, she did the right thing, and unfortunately it ended very brutally for her, the episode. But I kind of figured that she was getting tired of being like a lab rat. Like, she was emancipated, but she really wasn't. That was just a fake, paper that she signed because they were still testing her and examining her, and it just was never going to end. She wasn't special like they led her to believe. They were just kind of putting all those thoughts in her head to hide the fact that they were just, going to abuse her like they would and like they would want to any other clone. And I was so happy that she stood up for Kira and stopped them from the invasive operations that she was going to go through. And like I had said before, I did not think this show would go there. I did not think they would allow that kind of thing to happen to Kira right at the end of the entire series. So I definitely think she is in the clear now. Hi, Jonathan. Thank you so much for being here. So when she texted Art, it made me so happy, and so happy that Sarah was reunited with Kira and they were able to get her. I think hopefully they'll get her to safety. But the ending was just so super brutal. She discovered in this episode that they had implanted a camera in her eye, and when she stabbed herself with the glass and then actually pulled the eyeball out, and she's already had issues before, as we know, with her eyes. So that was just pretty hard to watch and disgusting. But I'm really excited about next week's episode, and I'm also kind of concerned because I definitely think with how they tease the episode that one of the clones could die, and maybe one that we really like, and that just makes me a bit scared. Lauren said, it had to be hard using one eye to text Art without giving it away that she was texting, right? Because she was using like her necklace, like a medallion thing, and pretending to look at that while she was holding her phone over here and texting Art. That definitely took some talent and courage on her part, so I'm just all about her in this episode, and I'm really glad that the final, I guess we will see her again next week, but just the last, the full episode devoted to her made her, look good, put her in a good light, and had her doing good things. Hi, Ralph. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know if I already said that. Sometimes I read these and I say things in my mind and I don't know if I've actually said them out loud. But hello. But anyway, what were your guys' favorite parts of the episode? Were you surprised to see that Rachel was actually not that bad of a person in the end? So Ralph thinks that Mrs. S will be the one to die. And, that would be sad, but that's not devastating. So I'm not trying to say that I want her to die, but at the same time, I think we could all survive, or at least I can, if she does die. Jonathan says you still don't understand why she kept seeing dead swans last season with her eye if it was just a camera. Yeah, that is really weird, and that's a good point that I'd kind of forgotten about. Does anybody have any insight on that, or do you know why she was seeing those swans? We also had the return of Mark in this episode, and I can't remember the name of his, I don't know if they got married or what, like the redheaded girl, which they kind of left that as a cliffhanger because she knows where Helena is staying, and he was reporting back to the dyad people that he knows where Helena is. So they're definitely trying to get Helena back into their control. So, of course, that's going to come into play next episode, and that's a bit scary. The thing about Helena is that she's so super tough, and I think she could definitely fight off that girl or other people. But I don't want anything bad to happen to her. She's about ready to have her twins. So I don't know. And I don't even know how they found her, but that's kind of scary. Jonathan says Rachel is going to die. Every time they make a villain good, they die soon. I definitely thought so. I did a video on this Saturday, and some people were thinking she would live. But especially after losing her eye in a dramatic way, I do think that she's going to die. We also, as Ralph is pointing out, have a brand new Allison, which is weird because I honestly thought maybe it was someone tricking Donnie, you know, like another clone or someone pretending to be a clone or something, because it definitely was nothing like Allison. It was such a dramatic change that I didn't even recognize her as Allison. I'm not even talking about the different hair, but it was like Tatiana was playing a new role, a new clone. That's just kind of how amazing Tatiana is. But the person did not have Allison's personality, so it just went beyond the short hair with the purple dye and the tattoo. It was like everything about her had changed. And like, I would think if this was in a different season, not the final season, not with 3 episodes left, like I would say, I'm pretty sure this is a new clone and it's not Allison, but I don't know what to think about that. I felt weird about her completely changing. I know Allison has some issues and she does need to make some changes, but she pretty much morphed into a new person. She didn't want her crafting supplies anymore. She was donating all of those. And, you know, she's had issues with drugs and alcohol, and we all want her to get beyond those issues, but I'm not sure if she's going about it the right way, but maybe she's just transitioning into a different, more zen person, and that's just part of it. But it was just so extreme to me, the way that she like totally changed, and not just appearance, like the whole person was different, and that was weird. I'm a big fan of Allison's, and of course I don't want her to have her dependency issues, but I did enjoy her personality, and I liked her because of her personality, and it was just weird to me that they would get rid of that character almost this late into the show. Laurent says you're guessing Felix and his sister return next episode. Yeah, because we did not see them in this episode. We also didn't see Delphine, and I think, like, aren't they all together, Delphine and Felix and his sister? So I feel like we'll see them next week. But I just really felt like it was an excellent episode, and I'm just beyond excited for next week because they really played it up to be something, it sounds like, so super good. Jonathan says, why do I think Ferdinand is in Mrs. S's house? I'm not really sure. What do you guys think? I mean, are you talking about like why they broke in at the end? Well, I think they were suspecting, or I feel like Westmoreland kind of figured out that, he knew something was not right with Rachel, and I think he thought she was going to double cross him, even though she was kind of playing along. So I think he sent them there to like seek out and capture like Sarah. I think that's what you're asking. But I don't know, because I haven't seen the promo for next week, because in America, I did not get it where I live for some reason, but I know Ralph said he got it. I just got like this thing that said, you know, we can't show you anything. And so like I was looking all over YouTube yesterday to find next week's promo, and all I could find was the same thing that I saw that was like, we can't show you anything, you know. So I don't know. I mean, if you guys can tell me what words to search for on YouTube, because I don't think it allows you to put a link in here, then I will go search after we're done here, but I couldn't find it. Also, Westmoreland, we found out he was not, you know, older than 100, which I think most of us figured out anyway, because it's not really a supernatural show. I mean, yes, it's scientific with clones and stuff that doesn't really happen in present day, but it's not really about, like, people being way too old and stuff like that. This show isn't. It's not that sci-fi. So he basically had faked his death, and they found his real identity. So I still think that he will die, absolutely. I don't know if it'll happen next week because we still have 3 episodes left, but I definitely see it happening. Well, I kind of always thought it would happen in the finale. I don't know how they're going to play the finale out. I don't know if the finale is going to be like some bad things, like some people dying, even like good people dying, or if it'll be more like a look back on all of the episodes and more happy, like more of a happy tone, since it's like the end of, you know, the entire show, the end of all the clones and everything. So I'm not really sure. I guess it's what depends on what happens in these next 2 episodes, and definitely next week's looks like it's going to be, just from what they're saying, the things that they were saying in that promo, even though I haven't seen any video, like it's just going to be completely crazy and insane, and probably some people will die. That's kind of what I think. So Adulate, hi, thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you thought about this episode. What was your favorite parts of this episode? But, you know, they've just really got me super excited because I've never seen a promo for them. I don't remember, maybe there has been one, where they would not show any video and they were saying, like, it's going to be such an epic, amazing episode that we don't want to show you anything. We just want to totally surprise you. So I was just really intrigued by that type of promo. At the same time, yeah, I would like to see some video from it, but I almost kind of liked the fact that we didn't see anything and they were just saying, hey, we can't show you anything because it's going to be that great, because that made me think, oh my god, like it's going to be so good. Like it's almost better for me than seeing like video or seeing clips from next week's promo. Lauren says, you can't think of the lady who's doing the experiments. I think her last name is like Cody or something. But you think her and Mrs. S are going to kill each other, which that could definitely be something that goes down. That woman is just straight up evil. We've had a lot of drama with her in the past, and she's just a terrible person. So yeah, that's a good point. I definitely think that she dies as well in this series. So definitely. And it's really hard for me to believe that we just have 3 episodes left. I just wanted to let you know, again, if you're just joining us, that I'm going to be recording my reaction to next week's episode, since they're promising it to be like super amazing. So I'll have that video. And then I will do this chat again on Monday. I wanted to do them on Mondays anyway because it seems too long to wait till Tuesday, but when I had Pretty Little Liars, there was just like too much going on. So I'll keep it at the 4 p.m. time slot next week for the live chat. But the following 2 weekends, I think, yeah, I'm going to be away from my home the following 2 weekends. So I don't know exactly how that's going to work out. I don't, for the finale, I may be able to do something like watch the finale and do something on it, but I don't think I'll be able to do it the week before because I'll be like in a concert. So if you follow me on Twitter, I will just keep you updated on there, and if you have your notifications turned on here, you'll know like when something's happening, because sometimes I do have to move the schedule around, unfortunately. Adulate says, you think since they didn't release anything, you think a lot of people will die, and you like that they didn't release a promo because it's exciting. I definitely feel the same way, and I'm actually just okay with not seeing like video from next week. I think that's fine, but I mean, I would definitely be surprised if some really big stuff didn't happen. So I think that some huge stuff is going to go down next week because of that promo. So I am excited, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared that we'll lose somebody that's like Helena or somebody. I mean, I don't know if it would be Allison because of all the stuff she just like transformed. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, so Ralph has given me the way to look up this promo, so I will do that when we're done here. It's so weird to me that I could not find it yesterday. I literally could only find the promo that I saw. And I also don't understand why different parts of the United States got the actual promo on like after the show on BBC America, but like parts didn't, which is so weird. I don't understand like the thinking behind that. I mean, it would be one thing if like you could find it on the internet, like on, YouTube or whatever, but it wasn't aired on BBC. But it's like, why did some people see it, and why did they want to do that? Like, that's just so weird to me. But does anyone else have any predictions about what they think will happen next week, or anything that we haven't talked about that you enjoyed this week, or any questions that you had about this week's episode? Again, I felt like it was one of the best episodes they've had, and I really do enjoy, I love the Crystal episode because it was a lot of funny stuff, and I love the Allison and Donnie episode from this season, but this episode was different because there wasn't a lot of, humor or stuff for entertainment purposes. Like, it was serious, dealing with real issues, but it was so good at the same time. It wasn't boring. Sometimes some of their episodes are a little bit slow, I think, throughout the years, but this one definitely was not. Adulate says, you were about to watch my reaction to Westworld Season 2 and you came and saw, you saw that at Comic-Con. Okay, yeah, very cool. And it's cool that you went to Comic-Con, and I enjoyed watching the things released. like the trailers released at Comic-Con, and I reviewed or reacted to the Westworld Season 2 one and the Riverdale Season 2 one. So if you haven't had a chance to see those and you watch those shows, that is up on my channel. But I highly recommend both shows if you're looking for some shows to binge, and if you also want to join in on other chats on my channel and watch other videos on my channel, because I will be covering Westworld Season 2, which comes out next year, and Riverdale Season 2 comes out this fall, so that would be the first one that I would watch if you are trying to catch up or trying to add a new show or whatever, because that comes back soon. And if you liked Pretty Little Liars and, you know, mystery shows like that, MTV Scream, I think you'll like Riverdale. It's kind of a little bit like those two. And takes place in a high school, so I think you would like it. And I did enjoy the trailers for both of those shows. They both looked really good, so I'm really excited for those. Any more questions, comments, anything about next week before I let you guys go? At 5 o'clock, for those of you who watch Twin Peaks, I will be doing a live chat right here. So if you are a fan of the show, if you watched last night's episode, we'll be talking about it in about 40 minutes here. So just come back right here. I really loved that episode as well. It was really, really good. So I'm going to let you guys go. If you think of anything else, you can always come back in like 10 minutes, and this video will be up on my channel. You can leave me a comment, and I reply to all of the comments on Orphan Black. But I hope you guys are having a good week. And it's really great to see everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see some of you soon at the Twin Peaks live chat. So bye, guys.